I talked about motivation a few times now, and I think the interesting point about motivation, self-motivation or whatever, is that there's also a flip side of not, waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. And the flip side of that is when you set a goal, refine it, go after it. Set a goal, refine it, go after it nonstop. That's when it's like the other end of the extreme, right? The no motivation is one end of the extreme, and then hyper motivation when you can't stop and you don't really feel happy about any of your accomplishments, which is something that I've certainly done and been through, and still sometimes there. That's another end of the extreme, right? And so being at these extremes is not great, because when you're not motivated, life just passes you by, and then you end up not feeling happy. When you're at the other end of the extreme, it's very similar. You still find yourself not happy and not really kind of devaluing your accomplishments, but at the same time, you've already accomplished a lot, and maybe you've missed life passing you by. Maybe you've missed life in general. And I think both are really not great to be in. I've certainly lived last 20 years of my life in the one where I'm hyper motivated. But you know what? Last year I've learned something called Gestalt psychology. I always learn. I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning stuff. And psychology happens to be an area of interest currently. And so when I was learning Gestalt, there's something called a contact cycle. Contact cycle is how we as humans move through life and through emotions. It's our emotional response. And so what I found was that this contact cycle has 4 stages, right? And it applies to desires from being hungry to wanting to become a CPA, or wanting to get a law degree, or wanting to fill in the blank, right? And so you can apply it to pretty much anything. So stage 1 is, let's say I'm hungry, basic desire of a human being. This is where desire is formed. Stage 2 is I want to have an apple, right? This is where the desire to eat is refined, and the object of the desire, apple, is identified. And then stage 3 is where you spend most of your time, because that's how you make that desire satisfied. This is how you make stuff happen. So whether you have to earn a paycheck, go to the store, buy an apple, wash it, eat it, or just go to the fridge, wash it, eat it, whatever that is, that process of also eating that apple, it's also stage 3. So it's a peak of the experience. And then stage 4 is when you've eaten an apple, it's already gone. Now the desire has been satisfied. The desire starts to go away. That's what happens on stage 4. And you would enjoy the aftertaste. So you really savor the aftertaste. In stage 3, you savor the apple, right? That moment of eating that apple. In stage 4, you savor the aftertaste. And that's really cool. So when we are hyper motivated, when we are in that extreme, what happens is we go after stages 1, 2, and 3 nonstop on repeat. So we set goals, refine, get them done, make them happen. Set goals, refine, make them happen. We never actually get to stage 4. We never actually get to savor the aftertaste. We never get to actually enjoy the fruits of our labor. And that's a really dangerous territory that I've lived in for at least 15 to 20 years so far. So in order to understand that you are in that, you have to catch yourself thinking, going after that shiny object, that next program, that next course, that next fill in the blank, and really understand what it is that you're enjoying. Are you enjoying it even? And that's okay to not enjoy your work and seek fulfillment somewhere else, seek that calling somewhere else. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you soon.